Indra me can say better say obe avoid the BBA so be more than over 2.5. Me bet me team the shame say 2.5 likely so bet me aboy who score line a buy. Into I think we are the back investors in so bet to to dream. European we here course no. So Bodo Glimt ni team you game no bo home. Maybe a team ni who den crash den best obe ko goals because omo tie goals e wo home. Into ene ade back am de be ma if we etie with another game Galatasaray ni AZ. Ye di hun komo wa ha say with 4-1 aggregate going into that game ya de bakwana minjin this Galatasaray betimi qualify. Say Galatasaray betimi qualify on the night. Meaning say the first 2 goals e beba game no. I say free am hoba. Okay. Senior che say sisi anomati amana be just 1 goal. In the second half no. The betimi aye bi betimi de agigi ho no. No de agigi ho. But I think the first goal by game no man na AZ ne di kan share. Ansa na Gala be den. Oba beti. Obeti wie no AZ esan timi ye den etimi san share na eho enema bibia ejigu ye. I think ade ba ko ha Galatasaray in the first league game no red card omunya in the early stages of the second half ma game ni na free omonsa because on a normal day AZ ni Galatasaray the bo game and 11 against 11. I think the scoreline would have been different on the first leg yentimi but in the second leg Galatasaray it me minimum be or call Galatasaray to win either half over 2.5 MYBET.AFRICA bet builder ni GE papa face sky mu do because na odds ne so nti we turn a game ni ko en Galatasaray ebo omodin at home omo make sure say omo say lose to AZ but the draw no ade ba ko at least to please the home fans but na me GD say during like obi o Galatasaray fan bi o to ticket call hono na GD wom so mbetimi qualify ade ba kwa na edin ya no GD ni osa. The next game I measure AS Roma any Porto. Roma made the omon komo ha said the last time we lose home no was way back in December 2nd. Roma home games we winning at us when you say maybe obo draw fraw we winning at us wa be pim on Napoli game omo ball draw. Apart from that no Roma it me pick every home 3 points be here and na home victory be so omo pick tindram ka ha say be den say Porto betimi akọ Rome akwa AS Roma Indra hu here with brilliant performance from player friend Dybala utimi che say yes we nyi game no he or the competition I say na eba 1 or 2 things obetimi akọ into games a perform here etimi hu Indra performance or die owe friend no like your friend no we coach or lead AS Roma yembo na baso because coming into a Roma team it was depleted, things were so bad. Now they'll pick performance now Claudio Ranieri yes now for their performance no and then now Roma kwa kulusu team we no about draw ha but we team make sure say the home form ehia no we team stable side no say metimi aka in his last 15 home games no just a draw no abo. It's brilliant against European competition clubs, against home top clubs are waiting me picky just a draw na Napoli na Napoli so you kind of serious on your team ketwa so it's one thing amebo Ranieri abasu because se utimi yes we are meaning say the only thing left is now your away games as at least a draw and something to me boa out to me we are into the European competitions here in the league phase so no utimi maintaining some sport next season no ubetimi assign the Champions League or any European competition my idea by share in the next round no send you discussion on teams now omo share no then we see how things go. Fenerbahce any Anderlecht game no and also say me di hun komo say we Jose Mourinho share Anderlecht on 4 occasions in draw the any ka ho 5 and on the 4 occasions Mourinho lose to team friend Anderlecht da intino on 4 occasions we win mo 3 abo draw baako intin draw me kan answer hwe phone number kwa twa bet MYBET.AFRICA on this fixture no Mourinho winning 3-0 no dan deal ukoshoba fam on pre-competition so the best thing to do ne say maybe a win or draw because in himself Mourinho they mostly no okwa away games he's looking for a draw in drampa game need me end in a 2-2 draw. I think Anderlecht for bobo omo yirom ho yie pa because hwe in the first league game omo boy what Turkey and in the second league game on ball home now it shows say yes omutimi sua anyama ba ko mienu bi free Turkey game no mon buy they went 2 goals up. It was just a mere we a friend team a friend Fenerbahce etimi de bete ebe 2-2 but ebe Jose Mourinho abaso so in the league in part obo Turkey performance of the Fenerbahce team we him say they were supposed to get into the Champions League through the playoffs so called Lusu or the by Europa no, but the performance has been so solid me bonabaso with this team additions or their account players say Amrabat, Fred, and Talisca more they are more of matured players and no more fit the maturity of coach Odio Menim, so you could see that they go into games prepared and games they need to finish the game in the first half and you see them finishing the game in the first half etimi abo mama qualify for the next round. I think in all round Ayas Nana Nkomo are disappointed in Kofoye, but I think the Ayas game needs to be the Nkomo I say Ayas Bohoma on time Lusu mostly no Taishe go Union is a team bia wa picking ye pound with the Belgium league into unknown so with the scoreline is here Belgium. This was a game goals beat me aba Ayas defensively omunya that solid even though say good home form but defensively onya that solid intino obo ball den obe concede den so obe shego intino ndre who say they consider 2 goals even though say na red card enso be mu but they consider 2 goals so be OTA in-depth analysis on at least a 1.5 is likely to happen no omutimi fa 1.5 or motor but me they say omutimi ra the extra timer omutimi apium game etimi qualify Mindran so yebo Champions League nkomo me ka say European competition dey obo home no game ni ra extra time to wajin because that euphoria and the home support ni bibia e ba ke no in the extra time period yes etimi rem. I think the other games of course no in the Conference League we share the Conference League at Panathinaikos with a bad performance in the first round omutimi CFM etim bon mo dem Betis and a high investor see papa because no be him say in the first game no be and dampo ndwen say Betis betimi akwa 3 goals away team so at home no be him say at least Betis in the first half or in the second half or pick victory and a 1-0 2-0 2-1 there betimi aye etima for that vital point here but you who say Betis game no timi lose 1-0 at least 1.5 point man my investors and face car a hadwin your Copenhagen any other teams need to miss FM etimi pick the maximum wins omu here so betimi qualify so the European competition there akosu the Europa no na so where teams are qualifier anu edin ye because say who the Tottenham home Man United Man United board the European competition in Europa no without not a defeat. The same thing as Chelsea so here in the Conference League. Liverpool, you name him saying Kenyan PSV way now no set a record and would have been 3 English Premier League clubs doing unbeaten in the group phases of the competition so a boy. So that is one thing. Teams are in the Europa no yehwe Man United, Tottenham, Angie or see the second season of the trophy pe akani. Man United some person move the Champions League next season Europa we also mutimije Fenerbahce with Jose Mourinho onu so nim say Europa and onimbo or the Man United team and Nigeria TSM edge competition no then we Ayas there other teams are Bodo Glimt munsu ya dark horses so there are other teams that they will get into this European competition they can make a mark into the round of 16 games no you share the possibilities of some of the teams getting into the way
so per what you are saying no young parents no young parents no very very important young parents no for Europa no you have Champions League so Victoria Prison any Lazio that is the left face na me okay. Bodo Glimt any Olympiacos Ajax any Frankfurt AZ any Spurs any Ebo omo nyina wo the same
way yeah.
Then Roma ne Bilbao
okay
Fenerbahce ni Rangers o share sa tree na likely say Jose Mourinho might return to Stadio Olimpico if they beat Bilbao.
Bilbao, yeah.
What I say? Lyon, Stuart Bucharest, and Real Sociedad ne Man United. There is also possibility say Jose Mourinho can return to Old Trafford again.
Yeah.
This is a draw no. Yeah, Minister Sakadi beto a screen is no be a one. Yeah, na Oma Husana at a honum. Into Victoria Prison, Lazio, Bodo Glimt, Olympiacos, Ajax, Frankfurt, AZ, Spurs, Roma, Bilbao, Fenerbahce, Rangers, Stuart Bucharest, Lyon, Real Sociedad, Man United.
Yes, we share with group phase. We are, I think, Jose Mourinho send our boss no baby or money no. Do say a bit difficult, kaka emano, especially with the teams are Oshia or Mono. But share from the first three no, then you possibilities of clubs no performance also in the competition I omo boy no. Share baby ebiom betimi ada. I think with the first three no, my main share is it any Tottenham game on Bebo. So share Tottenham in the Europa League no, they've had their ups and downs. You home game against Galatasaray, send a call here. But one thing I map pay our Tottenham team in the European competition is mostly no a year in home. Especially Ushia, these Dutch clubs are now these clubs are they don't have maybe a bigger way pedigree in the competition. No. Going away to AZ, Tottenham. Because you say AZ you Galatasaray call DSC or so going away the back Tottenham they home team you say Tottenham Galatasaray so about this season in the group phase it ended in a draw. So I think in this game I'm seeing Tottenham going ahead of AZ Galatasaray game was due to a red card and a team who them getting to qualify. Maybe it would have been a different way ball game and keep who Tottenham Galatasaray be, but I think on this day Tottenham are highly favourite to go ahead of Team FN AZ. Ajax and Frankfurt, it will be one of the most difficult games in the Europa League. I think Ajax were a solid home record in the competition or a solid home record also back in Eredivisie. Frankfurt, the German club, has been very solid. But in him said they are missing their key man in Mamouche. Going into this game, it will play a big factor. Because you need key players to step up and show your team say yes they can win you games. I'm kind their home form is very very solid. In this game, I think this game will depend on the first leg. No, it will depend on the first leg because say say to me a comfortable win at home. Meaning say their away game be more easier mom. Say I'm kind say team be on team keep clean sheet. You said this German clubs so almost team you tie goals, but almost keeping clean sheet at the back where mom. So these are two things that a bit me see. So it's either Ajax beat me at home and pick a good victory and okwa away on Frankfurt no wetima kwa koto abo. But in this game I'm seeing Ajax getting ahead of Frankfurt. Into maybe a quarter final game between Ajax and Tottenham, which I think in the semi-finals of the Champions League under coach Efreno Pochettino omutimi share Ajax. So maybe we may see another game between these two clubs it will be in the Europa instead of the Champions League. Bodo Glimt and Olympiacos. Olympiacos one of the teams in the Europa no. They considered less. Not maybe di omo nkomo so omo man shewa on share. Into goal difference goal difference was just small because we share 20 goals so be consider 19 goals. Goal difference ni so. Okay. But going into a game against Bodo Glimt and I di nkomo previously ni say their pitch any nyama ba ku mienu bi ewo home stadium ho tie teams akese no but they playing at home no will be a big disadvantage to them because now in the first leg no meaning say they need to really punish team FN Olympiacos because omko Greece Olympiacos in form honche. So it will be a difficult game for Bodo Glimt. Senka Bodo Glimt quite away first. I would have tipped them ahead of team FN Olympiacos, but now they playing at home will be a very difficult thing for them. I see Olympiacos going ahead of Bodo Glimt. The only thing that can help Bodo Glimt at home, they need to defeat Olympiacos by 3 goals or more, which I think it will be very difficult. But if they are able to do it, the away game will be easier, mom. So Olympiacos can go ahead of team my friend Bodo Glimt. Victoria pleasing any Lazio. I think it's not a game I bet me. I will Lazio actually in the Serie A almost goals and going away so I'm seeing Lazio also going ahead of Tima your friend Olympiacos Victoria pleasant sorry in that tree no I think say teams that is Tottenham ayas no because Osha the way we need that quarterfinals win. The next team will be to compared to maybe starter maybe would be maybe Olympiacos and Lazio, which a Tottenham qualifier with Olympiacos or Lazio. The Tottenham beat me in Itimiashom. So between Ayas and the Tottenham, one would get into the final of the Europa League based on Omushia. In the quarterfinals, okay. Beat me afa.
Okay. My breaking news we okay. About a conference for no could be by no. Chelsea ne Copenhagen.
Okay.
A very tough match. Yeah. I think Chelsea will face the biggest test because I remember Copenhagen how Omoyi had him film. Then mode any Ligia Warsaw. Mod ne Ligia Warsaw.
Yeah.
Papov and a Paphos. Me team no Paphos any Jagaden.
Okay.
Paphos ne Jagaden. And a Borok Rapid. Borok Rapid for Nebeshia. Into Omonomo Chelsea land. If Chelsea defeat Copenhagen, Obeshia either mode or Ligia Warsaw. Or if you are calling him or Babeshia Paphos. Ana Jagaden mo baako Paphos ne Jagaden de obe win no be kwa koshia Borak any Rapid de mo baako enti me fa say Chelsea hono be semi-finals yes semi-finals no obeshia either Paphos Jagaden and as Borak ana Rapid
de mo baako
then we other side we have Robertis ne Victoria Guamares Bobo Kwefeno Jagiellonia ene Cercle Brugge ana Celje ene Lugano ene bona Panathinaikos ene Fiorentina almost on other side also hono you can be rest assured that either Chelsea will meet
maybe
Robertis or Fiorentina, but because I think if you look through, they are the tough teams there. Oh no, but don't Panathinaikos so they can
surprise.
Then Victoria Guamares too can surprise. So I think this is Chelsea needs to win this trophy.
Yes.
Yeah, with the quality they have, you know. Okay, so this is the breaking news.
Okay, get back to the Europa. I think the second three, they ba ko hona akesefoni nago. Inti no mo be pie hono e na ma emu aba be de inti the first game Fenerbahce Rangers. I think Rangers Rangers this season in the Scottish Premier League ni bibia they've been one of the most on and off teams. Games I feel say obekwa ko pick victory no nko pick. Games I feel say enyama ebeko yi ama no akwa kodi agro wo ho. Nti yehu in this way with me free the Scottish Cup against Queen's Park. Queen's Park or relegation or League 2 hono. So against Fenerbahce, it's high possible Jose Mourinho will defeat them because Mourinho playing at home no. Adebako no ope. Obo home onya results ni wo ho. Nti okwa away no akwa akotwe ne draw no apeni baby afa. Roma, so I'm seeing with Fenerbahce going ahead of Rangers Roma Atletico Bilbao. And so it will be one difficult game. I think there are two strong clubs. Roma playing at home first it's also a good thing for them because it can't Roma form at home. Bilbao so quite away and the performance in time. So the game will depend on the first leg. Roma home. So Roma beat me on Mudi. To say your money port to Timmy Boy, a picky a victory, but the goal margin needs to be high. And yes, a 2-1-3-2 asem because a 2-1-3-2 asema. Omuko spin on who bet me actually. This game will depend on the first leg in Rome. So Roma timini a comfortable victory. They will qualify ahead of Tima, your friend or Atletico Bilbao. But I'm seeing a very difficult fixture. It will depend on how both teams will. But Okas I'm picking the paba ko bet me free. I would be Roma beko ahead of Atletico Bilbao. Even though it's a Bilbao, the Spanish clubs by the European competition but Roma will be more stronger. Your friend Stade Bucharest, any Lyon. it will be a very difficult game. Ebi or if you start Bucharest, the performance, the entire thing, but they are one team and they are very solid.
Yeah.
So be a sure game against Man United. No, it means that there's one team. It's hard to beat them at home. It will be one difficult game, but Lyon with the form team pick up in the we have Liga and also in the Europa, and I'm seeing Lyon going ahead of Tima, Yefreno, Stade Bucharest. Real Sociedad Man United will be a very difficult game. With the performance of Man United they done it, and Real Sociedad performance of more than it, it will be a very difficult game. Both teams were on and off patch in their season. So Man United going away first, never born. But on a normal day, this fiction could be because the second leg with Old Trafford, done the over Man United. But Man United form at Old Trafford this season, very, very bad. Last time Opiki win with Old Trafford, Acheye was against Southampton. And Numpono Breya no be share 3-1. Intino, it will be one difficult game, but I think the European competition, any players are Man United won individual brilliance with my bomb, they can go ahead of Tima, your friend with Real Sociedad. The quarterfinals, I think I'm tipping Man United Lyon in the quarterfinals. I'm thinking Man United will defeat Lyon. So Man United can equally get themselves into the semi-final with Roma and Fenerbahce. It will be a very exciting game. With Jose Mourinho returning, dear room for 1 year. I say they didn't even recognize what he did for the club, getting them to 2 European competition finals with a low budget of, I think that time transfer Dybala. That is a very low budget. I mean, a club can get into a high competition, sir. So it will be a very difficult game. Mourinho Bernard Jones will punish you and I know he will do it. So I'm seeing the semi-final being Fenerbahce against Man United, and also by another exciting fixture.
Okay.
Jose Mourinho against ne son Ruben Amorim. It will be a very difficult fixture, but Mourinho betcha and say yes. Papa Barnes and Akola. And to the Europa final, we can see a final between Tottenham and Fenerbahce. In the final, I think it will be a very difficult final. Hona Ebe say Angie, the start of the second season of the trophy now. It's Missia near say a bit me abawa. So the European or the Europa competition, I think this will be one of the things but I think we'll see an exciting competition. These are sometimes the Europa no mostly you say clubs near Kobono, the excitement of them. But with this season, you say most of the big clubs are quite it to make the competition get that exposure.
Right, you're here Champions League. You're here Champions League, Champions League draw very, 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 very interesting pairings. Round of 16, Paris Saint-Germain and Liverpool, Club Brugge and Aston Villa, Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid, PSV Arsenal, Feyenoord Inter Milan, Bayern Munich Leverkusen, Borussia Dortmund Lille Metropole, Benfica Barcelona. This season Benfica and Barcelona share that. Club Brugge and Aston Villa share that. Our Champions League in him.
Yeah.
So that is that. My main show 3 in Senate Asaka at the better so at the the left side Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool, Club Brugge, Aston Villa, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, PSV, Arsenal. So we might likely get all English final or one English team or final.
Okay.
We might get okay. So we might in quarterfinals we might get all English teams, English clash. That is Aston Villa and Liverpool. Then in a semi-final, possibilities there Arsenal and Liverpool or Aston Villa be share so no high. Oko other side Barcelona ne Benfica, Dortmund Lille Metropole, Bayern Munich Bayer Leverkusen, Feyenoord Inter Milan. Now the Dutch teams no mo yi the Italian teams no. Now Inter will face the test in a situation AC Milan the same thing AC Milan kwa away sir. So no fair not na.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, so Inter Milan will be but the same pitch. So no mbe kwa kobo the San Siro.
Yes.
We say Pemienza. So fair not bebo home first, no Inter. So we'll see how it will go. Yeah, share Champions League.
Okay, into Champions League, no, I think and also so we share with the faces now. About the bakwa. Champions League na balance more compared to the Europa. No. Into with the Champions League, you have more of balance, but each side be our difficult teams. If you are to qualify, you are meeting another stronger team. Into my PSV ne Arsenal game. And I think PSV ne Arsenal is a game of PSV this season in the Champions League. Apart from beating Juventus, their performance in the Champions League anti-me and top notch, sir. Coach Efreno Van Persie, after winning against Juventus, normal appointing as their new head coach. So he would have a big test against team my friend Arsenal. You name Van Persie in Arsenal history and sign an old movie to team my friend Man United. So it will be a very exciting game for the Arsenal faithfuls to welcome Van Persie back to the Emirates. But see, Arsenal team, no. And the man fixture we are more difficult because attacking wise, Ninim says Saka, I think will recover. There are a whole lot of players I think more recover. So it will be a very difficult game for Team FN Arsenal. But I think Arsenal would go ahead of Team FN PSV. PSV in Munyedu to the extent to beat me Arsenal. And Arsenal going into this game, that's what we share a dear Juventus for a year. Juventus for performance or modernity against PSV. So Oko Netherlander, Liverpool ko lose here. Juventus ko lose. So being another strong team, looking at you winning the Champions League, no, also ko now ko lose and the next game, the Madrid derby, Real Madrid against Atletico Madrid. I think Simeone who Madrid derby were an inibeje. After the Real Madrid Man City game, Mbappe said this is a fixture or because or say and no moon too quite be or more Spain while no mutual. So it will be an exciting fixture. But in my fixture with the Abba, I think Simeone who fixture in the because every time your case Real Madrid, any especially player friend Cristiano Ronaldo intimate the Champions League by so a fixture be a boni who. But I think this is a time so Timian revenge or Real Madrid too. Right. And I'm not sure say revenge in the beat me because Real Madrid they bought first at the Santiago Bernabéu, meaning that Atletico needs to at least get a draw. Mostly say Real Madrid call that's Metropolitano man. So this fixture at home at the Santiago Bernabéu is Atletico team pick a draw some person qualifier, but I'm seeing Real Madrid going ahead of Tima, your friend Atletico Madrid. Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool, it will be one of the exciting games of the night. Two tough teams. Omunina Kuta, high scoring form. Paris Saint-Germain, who are the breast 10-0. Liverpool, the performance in the competition also has been very, very tough. I think it will be the game to watch in the round of 16. But I'm seeing Liverpool. So I Paris Saint-Germain kakra. It will depend on coach and friend Luis Enrique performance or better Nidi during the home game Paris, because I'm seeing mostly in home they are very strong. So if they can get a comfortable win in Paris, Anfield, the fans would make you nervous. Though it's a close pitch, the fans are making noise. They are singing Liverpool from minute 1 to minute 90. It's a person qualify ahead of Liverpool. The home game in Paris near the back where some fan is serious. So it means a 3-0, a 3-1 win for Paris Saint-Germain at home. Likely they can eliminate Liverpool, but I'm not seeing them playing the second leg or Anfield. No, they taking Liverpool out. So I'm tipping Liverpool to go ahead of team IFN Paris Saint-Germain. Club Brugge, Aston Villa. You won this fixture in the group phase. Now the man yesterday said the goal like bar game was just a 1-0 near penalty. Player friend Minks ne Martinez. Minks here na doing so then is a far ball na to one Abuama keeper and the penalty by. So I think it's a big lesson for team friend Aston Villa with inclusions or my in their setup. No, I'm not seeing Club Brugge destroying them. Club Brugge are perfect home form in the Champions League. They've been one of the best teams, the best young teams on my bar. We saw their game against Manchester City. We've seen their game against some of the big clubs that they've been able to show up Even Atlanta game, Niponya game at that going to Italy and getting 3 goals in the first half. But Aston Villa in the Champions League, no, after the first 3 games, no performance article. So let's see, say the Marcus Rashford, the Asensios, any Marlin, yes, they can help them go ahead. Yes, but I'm seeing them going ahead of Team FN Club Brugge because the second leg of Villa Park will be an exciting and memorable game for Villa fans. No, they want to see their team at least win the Champions League again because those times I think so they seeing them winning again will be something exciting. Benfica Barcelona, yes, I think Barcelona would defeat Team FN Benfica in this because Barcelona form on I know it in year, so Barcelona will go ahead of Team FN Benfica. I think the only game a very upset was high Dortmund Lee be share Dortmund basa boy Dortmund e bono. Dortmund for me serious but I could say. So Lee,
I think the approach in the Champions League is different.
No, but Champions League listo. Champions League Dortmund in Kenya some kobo playoffs in po. After beating Celtic 5-2, winning their first game on against Real Madrid. And after that, performance need they pay. And it's not say be a Dortmund, I'm underrating them. But their games, I feel they will go in and perform well. No matter what, and Lee playing Lee quite away first, it's something that you Lee, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, and Timon France. So any more say in the second leg they will defeat Team FN Dortmund. See, I'm seeing Lee going ahead of Team FN Dortmund, but Dortmund, I'm not seeing them qualifying. Bayern Munich, Bayern Leverkusen, an exciting game. I think this is the 3rd time on Beshia this season, and they will meet again also on the 4th time. Bayern Leverkusen will eliminate Team FN Bayern Munich because Leverkusen performance against Bayern Munich, is very bad.
One thing is that I also share the competition. The competition, and yes, sometimes the competition, it comes with, certain. Well, that is why Dortmund, yes, I was not coming to me, but then even PSG, Real Madrid, how to play the playoffs,
yes.
Also more playoffs. Yeah. But also more performance going to Portugal to go and beat Sporting CP 3-0, and on game no ball return leg, they basically decided to manage the game. Yeah. Even that they had chances. And I think some commitment playing the Champions League is different because they see themselves as runners up. So that thing motivate. So into go show more performance or league anymore. And I was thinking Sporting it will trash them.
But on the Sporting team and so if it was Sporting team under Ruben Amorim any the same set I think they would have worried Dortmund. But I think with me the second league will decide. I didn't make us a Bayern Leverkusen is 2 times at these 2 teams this year in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, at home, Bundesliga.
I didn't make us say at home Leverkusen able home Bayern Munich watching ye papa. And Bayern Munich in super performance in the Champions League is very poor, especially say we are. The second fixture the decider will be away Leverkusen home. You who Bayern Munich calls with friends and Celtic, even at home against Celtic, the performance in here, Feyenoord, could lose 3-0 away. So check it company, only Bayern Munich team away in the Champions League. Performance in here.
Okay.
So it will play a very big factor. Feyenoord Inter, I think Feyenoord their Champions League run and they in the Champions League would end here. Inter.
Yes, now they have a new coach.
Yes.
Van Persie.
Yes. Yeah. No. PSV Van Persie. But Feyenoord, we are friend is saying, I think a caretaker coach or no.
I'm not confirming. Now we will cry Hervin.
Okay.
Ruben Van Persie. No, cry Hervin. I think yes.
Okay. So I think it will be a difficult game for them. Home performance. They've been able to hold Manchester City, hold Bayern Munich. Inter Milan is a different test for them because Inter Milan team they are more of almost can't say Dortmund. They see themselves as Italian Serie A level. I said the Champions League made tasty final on that, so they need to get into there. No meeting me to win the Champions League again. it will be one difficult game for Team FN final, but the home game will decide. I don't think they will be too strong for Team FN Inter Milan. Inter Milan are more serious than Team FN AC Milan. So Inter Milan will win ahead of Team FN. We'll see Inter Milan. To me, the quarterfinals will be Inter Milan, Team FN, Bayern Leverkusen, and Lille against Barcelona. Then the other set, I'll see Arsenal, Real Madrid, which will be a very difficult game because Real Madrid didn't share Arsenal in the Champions League, so it will be a very difficult. It will be a very difficult game. Then Liverpool against Aston Villa. I think that is where we'll see the England, the English team in the quarterfinal. But I think Liverpool Aston Villa will be a different ball game. So,
do you think Club Brugge, Aston Villa can beat Club Brugge?
Yes, Aston Villa will beat Club Brugge because Club Brugge performance was sure. Say cap form, they are one of the best. But I think it do playoffs mostly do playoffs. I'm sure teams coach is a good yes, and Unai Emery about playoffs we am finding India grow the record even in the European competitions. The Europa are there waiting with even Villarreal, Mone Sevilla. So I think he would come up.
Okay.
And now Club Brugge in super performance against Atlanta will be something about we don't need to write them off, sir. So that will be the thing. So going into the semi-final, I see Real Madrid, Liverpool semi-final, and maybe Barcelona. Your friend is saying maybe Inter Milan also in the semi-final. It will be very nice to see a whole El Clásico final in the Champions League.
Okay.
That is a Barcelona Real Madrid by Yenshe Senya Nyama Betimiako.
Because form no be to me, teams will be tired, injuries, so let's see. Injury back will be to me destroy
everything. Yes.
Yeah. Vincent, call a year Champions League.
This to Champions League draw number and this year how your board the league phase we hoping say your ball league phase you now all the English clubs or mobile Champions League qualify to the next stage of the competition. We're hoping so at least we would have gotten an English all final this time, and it's looking at how our setup in the BBI, it's not possible we might get an English all final. Looking at the Sundays, PSG Liverpool, I think for me that is the big game in the round of 16 in the UEFA Champions League this season. Definitely, if you are not able to get an English all final, looking at the pairings and everything, like it's a bit all Spanish final, maybe especially the El Clásico. Right now, PSG Liverpool, it's going to be an interesting game. Oshe, Ousmane Dembele, Desire De, Bracola, Vitinha, and Vicha Carrasqueria. The kind of form of more this season and more chief breast at me 10 solid goals to 0 both legs. It tells you that PSG are form this is despite the fact that they didn't start the season very well. They came to Emirates, they lost some crucial games, but despite the fact that got momentum, and right now they've been able to find the identity of coach Luis Enrique. Episode Mombono. So right now PSG against Liverpool game will be a game of attacking game, a game of possessive football, and game in the BFA. So on that good day, if Mohamed Salah, Ruben Dias any Jota finding it, it will be very it will be very difficult for other people to also do it. So any idea say Ousmane Dembele Bracola Ramos any Carrasqueria finding the net finding fit that day whoever on your ways for in front of goal will carry the day. And in fact it's going to be 2 legs, and the fact that Liverpool is going away makes it very difficult, because let's not forget that Liverpool is 7-time Champions League winners, and when it comes to the knockout stages, they are one of the teams winning ball. Used to carry that victory with Barcelona. Barca show and they came back to Anfield, and Anfield baby in the Champions League. Now show for when say first 30 minutes, Liverpool will be able to score you 3 goals. Now they score so a game the year game. So I think that is the game of the round. The game of the round, the tough game. Me a bit in that round. And another one, so game Club Brugge Aston Villa. Is it most of the times when it comes to the the knockout stages of the Champions League, teams no more quite away, no. Sometimes omo na ya na omo neman bibi na a favor omo. And looking at Club Brugge ne Aston Villa, they say Club Brugge a team bia. I don't see say bia they can score Aston Villa more than two goals. They have good side. They have a very good home record this season. In fact, before Mabe lose to Manchester City, no, they were in a 12-game unbeaten runner. Manchester City. So I think that with the inclusions of Aston Villa, with Marcus Rashford, Marco Asensio, who has won the Champions League several times, with Disasi, an experienced player, with the coach, or guided team, Unai Emery, who is also an experienced coach in Europe, especially the Europa League, and we both Champions League, with PSG and all these clubs. So I think that Aston Villa might be able to pull something good for a year this round of 16, and also Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, and now we can say we might see Madrid derby in the round of 16. And this game, especially Atletico Elko away first. If Omokono Mutimi could pull any thing bia any surprises bia outsider, especially at Santiago Bernabeu, coming back to a Estadio Wanda Metropolitano will be very good. So Mutimi kunya draw, it might be very good for them. But you see, listo, anytime bia Real Madrid ever did the Champions League bia, they face the best teams in the Champions League, especially at the knockout stage. So looking at Madrid, see if Madrid share Atletico Madrid, it means that he's going to meet Arsenal at the quarterfinals, and definitely he's going to meet Obitise, PSG or Liverpool at the quarterfinals, at the semi-finals. So anytime we are Madrid, every Champions League, they play the tough teams in the competition. I said, "Ometimi Aji Trophy." So Madrid meeting Atletico Madrid. Indeed, if Real Madrid wants to win the Champions League, they have to beat Atletico Madrid at the Estadio Wanda Metropolitano. And in fact, the last 3 games between these two teams, in a 1-1 draw. So Atletico this season they are doing very well, and Russia Madrid are almost so much our Champions League 2 finals. So if Simeone wants the better revenge, they have to win this game, and at least Atletico Madrid, PSG, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, Leverkusen. These are all teams that if they are able to manage their time well, they are able to manage their games very well. These are all teams that imagine. So no second kind. The UEFA Champions League, there's certain character being able. Last season, Dortmund equal final, and I won't be surprised that Dortmund brings so many names and final. This is the Champions League. Because team be final. The following season, with me passing the round of 16, they go all the way to the final. So this is a tournament, history, character, any experience. PSV and Arsenal is going to be an interesting game. But the fact that Arsenal PSV home first, no, advantage at the Arsenal team, no. Arsenal on the any good day if at a match 4th to 5th run of 16, no Saka more any the injured players now. But Arsenal might have their mojo back. Kai Havertz, it looks like the season there I over for him. But looking at Arsenal setup, if Saka that's at least Arsenal team crack up a draw Netherlands. I think that at the Emirates PSV doesn't stand a chance or make me stop Arsenal Emirates Stadium. There's another game Benfica Barcelona. This season 2 teams which used to Emma Pavlidis a hat-trick, and he took the brilliance and the last minute goal from Abraham and the Eddie Rafinha to get the winner for FC Barcelona. It's going to be an interesting game. Once again, Barca go home first Portugal, then they'll come back to Spain, which is Camp Nou, and that will be very much helpful for team and the FC Barcelona. So I see them at least getting a point. We saw them scoring Benfica there, and they still have the squad. If injuries are set in by then, the UCL round of 16 in the next 2 weeks, so definitely they might still have the squad, they might still have the men who meet me at the IS. So I think that it's going to be an interesting game. Benfica, Barcelona, they beat me, and I see Barcelona going past all these teams. Another one, Dortmund, Lille. Lille this season almost pick a point from Juventus, almost pick a point from Atletico Madrid, pick a point from Real Madrid. These are all clubs I mean they have a rich history in the UEFA Champions League, and this season Medican Lille were one of the exciting squad in this the League this season, and they are doing very well. And how they are playing the Champions League, airborne, especially the league phase, despite the fact that Enya return legs. So you could see say if in return legs can definitely Madrid be sure was Santiago Bernabeu. Atletico Madrid would have gotten some points against them again in the second leg. Same applies to Juventus team, So Washa. It's going to be an interesting game, but with Dortmund in Lille, I think that this time around they do such stages here. Yeah, the pedigree and the experience in there. But well, Lille might be they might be able to score team and they edit Dortmund with a 1-goal margin, with a slim margin be France. But when they return to Signal Iduna, that is when Dortmund for no a bit me because they will give the if Segu Gurasi any good a good game was Signal Iduna, they can still walk past Lille in the round of 16. Bayern Munich Leverkusen a tough game. Definitely these two teams which check on last head to it on last 5 games it means that team meet say Bayern Leverkusen they plan and I say Ninsa Eda Bayern so for in recent times, but this season Bayern in the Champions League they have a very bad record and it doesn't seem right. But this is the Champions League Bayern Munich, so several champions of this competition, and especially playing at home first will be a bit my home, especially they don't have a good record. It will be arena. So if they're able to score Bayern Leverkusen with a huge 2 or 3 margins of goals, that might help Bayern Leverkusen, Bayern Munich to proceed to the next competition. But it's going to be an interesting game. These are two teams are more pre-Bundesliga and almost last time some more going and in the draw and I say Leverkusen but this is the Champions League and I see Bayern Munich going past Leverkusen or Hase Sanso and Adia Feyenoord and Inter Milan. It's going to be an interesting game, but my share Feyenoord this season in the playoffs some games are against AC Milan, and I don't see that it's going to be something on betting our rating and the Inter Milan with the Inter Milan squad they keep and especially Inter Milan away first coming back to Italy will be something and I don't see that Feyenoord will be able to eliminate Inter Milan from the round of 16. So listo check Champions League media for me. Paris Saint-Germain will form. It's going to be an interesting game, but this season Liverpool top the league phase they almost should say in terms of the Champions League the best team in the Champions League this season, and definitely they will play the second leg at Anfield. So I'm tipping Liverpool to meet Aston Villa with the quarterfinals, especially we might get the English quarterfinal clash this Champions League. Real Madrid Atletico Madrid, in fact it's going to be a difficult game for both teams. Madrid able home first, and looking at how if they are able to do what they did against Manchester City, I think that they might be able to walk past Atletico Madrid in the UEFA Champions League. So I'm tipping Real Madrid and Arsenal to go ahead of PSV in the quarterfinals. I'm seeing Barcelona and Borussia Dortmund at the quarterfinals. Sanso and Bayern Munich and Inter Milan at the quarterfinals. We might be able to it will be difficult to see an England semi-final this season, especially say Liverpool and Aston Villa, but definitely Liverpool will go to the semi-final, and Real Madrid Arsenal is going to be very difficult. If Arsenal walk past Real Madrid, that means you have been all England semi-final in the Champions League. But then this Real Madrid, until say be my frame no, won't mean tip your move. They are the clear favorites of the UEFA Champions League. So I see a Liverpool and Real Madrid a semi-final. As well, Sanso and Barcelona, Barcelona and a Bayern Munich semi-final. Yes, I see a Barcelona and Bayern Munich final, because Barcelona definitely on Beshe a Dortmund. Sanso and idea. If Bayern Munich any Inter Milan share, Bayern Munich will walk past Inter Milan in the quarterfinal. So the semi-final will be Barca Bayern. That is what I'm seeing. Sanso and Adia, Real Madrid and Liverpool at the semi-final, and we might be able to see an Clásico final in this season's UEFA Champions League. Listo.